Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast, West Denver. Here's a quick message from our sponsor, Local Works Wheat Ridge, provided by its Executive Director, Paige Piper.
Local Works is a nonprofit organization whose mission is to make Wheat Ridge a more vibrant and sustainable place to live and work. Our mission and action is programming that provides neighborhood revitalization and small business support, keeping and growing the businesses we know and love in Wheat Ridge. In simpler form, we provide connection. Connection to business, connection to community.
This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Amber Betts.
Hey there, I'm Amber Betts with the Good Neighbor Podcast, West Denver, and we're here for another episode, and I'm here with Levi Torres of High Five Plumbing. How are you, Levi? Thanks for being here.
Yeah, hello, Amber, and thanks for having me. I appreciate you having me on to kind of share a little bit about High Five Plumbing.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about your business and what you do. Yeah,
so High Five Plumbing is a residential and commercial service plumbing company. We were established in 2012, and we service the Denver metro area. So we go as far north as Longmont and as far south as Castle Rock, as far east as DIA, and as far west as Evergreen. So we definitely cover a big ground, but we definitely have enough people to handle that.
Awesome. So tell us about how you got started, a little backstory, how you got into the business.
Yeah, so, born and raised in the trades. My dad still owns and operates a plumbing company in Southern Colorado to this day. So that's where I kind of learned everything and learned what and how to do things. In 2009, 2010, me and my wife moved up here to Denver, and I started working for one of the local companies and was one of their top plumbing technicians and was doing well, but I naturally got that itch to want to become my own boss, right? So in 2012, me and my wife decided that we would start our own business, and we created High Five Plumbing. It started with me and my wife just high-fiving one day. We were trying to sit down and think of names. And my wife said a name, and I said, man, that's a good one. And we reached across the table and high-fived, and we right then and there decided to call it High Five Plumbing. And so we started in 2012, but from 2012 to 2015, the end of 2015, we did only new construction and remodels. So mostly bigger projects, lengthier projects that took weeks instead of days. But in 2016, we switched our model to more of a service-based where we go in. Most of our jobs take 1 to 3 days, right? We're more on the service base. So if you have a leaky toilet or a leaky faucet, that's right up our alley that we tend to help people with.
Awesome. So tell the listeners what sets you apart, why your clients pick you over somebody else.
Yeah, this is one of the most asked questions I think that people in the trades get a lot is what sets you apart, right? And so we do all the normal stuff that a lot of other people do. Every one of our technicians wears shoe covers. All of our technicians are background checked. We show up in a fully marked and stocked vehicle so we could do most of the work the same day. But the biggest thing that sets us apart is we have thousands and thousands of pictures of our technicians high-fiving customers after the service call. So it's one of our things that we kind of stand on, right? Like at the end of the job, you should have done a good enough job for the customer to high-five you. And so we do high-five customers at the end of every job. It's kind of our thing. And we have pictures, just thousands of pictures of selfies of technicians and customers high-fiving. And so that's one of the things that we do that really does just sets us apart, right? In order for the customer to be comfortable enough to give you a high five, you had to have done a good job. And in order for them to be comfortable enough to give you a high five and take a picture, then that means that they got to like your people, right? And so we really feel like that's what sets us apart and allows our people to continue to grow the way we have because we stick in people's minds, right? We make sure that we do a good enough job that they give us another shot the next time.
I love that. Super catchy and makes you definitely stand out. I love that. So tell us about any news, specials, updates, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so, High Five's a pretty unique place, right? So High Five Plumbing actually has an e-commerce website. So you can see the hoodie I'm wearing. We wanted to be different, right? So we started creating gear that people would just want to wear. So all of our gear is just High Five branded. Our e-commerce website is High Five Plumbing or highfivecolorado.com. And you can go on there, and we have a limited edition clothing. And so it's really unique that a plumbing company has an e-commerce site that it sells gear. We've sold over 300 items now to over 22 states and Canada. So there's people all around the world wearing our gear. And so it's really cool. But what's cool about it is all of the profits from that e-commerce website go back to our nonprofit we're featuring of the month. So the month of February is Step Denver of here in Colorado. That's who we're spotlighting this month. So anytime you go to our website and buy some gear, all the profits go straight to Step Denver. And then you get to wear some cool high five gear and spread our mission a little bit as well.
I love that. So that leads us into our next question. I know you guys are pretty active. I've seen like your posts on, social media. What else do you do to get involved in the community and support and that kind of thing?
Yeah, so we're huge in the community. That's one of our number one things. Back in 2018, we actually started a program called the High Five Cares program. And what it is every 2 months, we pick a different nonprofit in the Denver metro area and we spotlight them. So that means we write blogs about them. We volunteer at their places. We give them donations, anything, if they need material things or financial donations. And we just really spotlight them, right? Our goal is to share their mission. Every single customer's house that we go into, we also hand out a marketing piece for the nonprofit of the month as well. So, we go into, 1,000+ homes a month. So that's 1,000+ people that are also hearing the mission of the nonprofit as well. And so it's really big for us. We try to do a volunteer day once a month to make sure that we are also volunteering our time to create that gratitude type of mindset here in the business. That's huge for us, and it helps with the high five culture a lot. So massive with giving back to the community. And I suggest every company try to figure out a way to do it. There's usually a way that you can incorporate helping the community one way or the other. And all it does is help your team and help the culture of your team when you do implement those types of things.
I love that. And it's, we're a big fan of that here at the Good Neighbor podcast. That's our jam. So perfect. So Levi, obviously you run a business. I'm sure you're super busy. But tell us what you do for fun, what you're doing outside of work, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So, right now I do have a son who's a sophomore in high school. So a lot of my time is driving him around to sports right now, but I love sports. I love watching high school sports. I love watching kids do something that they're passionate about. And so that's fun for me. I do enjoy that. But honestly, in my free time, we're getting ready to launch our own podcast. Me and my wife, Cassi, are going to launch our own podcast as well for business development and business growth. So we'll be rolling that out here in the next quarter. So that's, like I said, I like to build things. I like to create. And so anytime that I can help other businesses, other people, or even just other things for me to help and create, that's really what I try to do.
Amazing. So that kind of wraps it up. Any last words? Anything we missed? Last messages?
Yeah, no, the biggest thing is, I always tell everybody is, if you check us out on social media, and if you ever have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out, right? Like sometimes I think a lot of people are scared to ask other people for help. Yeah. But like, it's just key. That's key to my growth and key to how we got High Five from, having 0 service trucks in 2016 to now having 25 service trucks now. And so it was all by asking for help. And so definitely if there's anybody out there listening who's in the trades or in a home service business that would like to see what we've done or how we've done built what we have, then just reach out. We're always willing to help. And that's really key to helping your business grow is not being scared to ask people for help.
Yeah. What goes around comes around, as they say. So Levi, tell the listeners all the ways to reach you, your website, socials, all that good stuff.
Yeah. So very big on social media. So the easiest way to learn about High Five would be to go to our Facebook, our Instagram, and our YouTube page. You're going to get a ton of content and really get a good feel for kind of how High Five operates as a business. But then also you can give us a call. We do have a number 877-WE-HIGH-FIVE. So you can give us a call there and ask questions about the podcast. Anybody who answers the phone can direct you to any department. So that's the quickest way. But yeah, social media is by far the quickest response and the easiest way to get a hold of us for any type of question.
Awesome. Sounds good. Well, I appreciate your time, Levi.
Yes, thank you, Amber.
Yeah, thanks for the listeners, and have a great day.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnpwestdenver.com. That's gnpwestdenver.com or call 720-295-9588.